You might think I'm crazy, but I'm serious. But I'd rather tell you now. Coming to you at 1100 hours, 38 minutes, Thursday, September 26th. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? And this is the continual from Sexuality. I told you I was going to do the pleasure. Get that out of my way. If I'm going to read off of that. Pleasure principle. It's going to be 1A, 1A, 1B, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to put some facts that you may not know about that I did a little bit of research on, which I didn't have to do much because I told you I know the basis of a lot of things. I'm not a know-it-all, but I know about it. Actually, about a law. But anything, bitch, you can tell you the basis, because if you know the basis of anything, you can't be swayed to be turned to do the wrong thing. Remember, it's about decision making. So this is coming from you, the Old Grounds Network. I'm tying this in with my brand, my enterprise. I don't want to call it a branding because I want to study that word a little bit more. I want to be technical in this issue. The power of oneness, community, and unity. Unity, we are. In Old Grounds, you have a seed. You plant it. You create the foundation. You build the structure. And you form all your ideas out of that place. Do you want the picket fence? Do you want it to be green, purple? How do you want your walkway to look towards your house, your building? So our Old Grounds, building from the seed to the foundation and up, crescendo. So let's start off with sexuality, the pleasure principle. The Creator made everything and everything in it. Now, I start off with that because what is pleasure, sexuality? Sexuality and pleasure should be the openness. This is part of our spirituality and our naturalness. I was going to call it naturality. I know that's probably not a word. If it is a word, then excuse me. And what comes natural? As a person, what are some things you do natural? What things you do that it goes without saying? I do this regardless. I'm asking you. Just a challenge. This is not a challenge. It's an asking. And it's basically a lot of things I do. I'm kind. I walk by people. I say hi. But then I learn that not all people are going to speak back. But I learned once I pretty much know who I'm going to say hi to is going to say hi back. But I got such in a habit, I'm just going to say it anyway because we might be in a broad place. I remember I was talking to a lady. She said, "You talk to everybody, don't you?" I said, yes and no. It's just who I am. We was at the Juneteenth. So that was me. And I want to say about our sexuality. Everybody so if that's me, that don't have to be you. My sexuality is different from another man's and another woman's sexuality. Why and how is my sexuality different from hers? Huh? Why? Where do we get the idea from of our sexuality? Usually for a lot of us, it's in TV shows, music, radio, the entertainment. So you have go back to singing, actors, actress, movies, the genre of movie because it's love, comedy. Sometimes you're gonna mix all of them in, theater, or parodies. But for me, my sexuality came from my experiences. Now you can have an idea of a sexuality, but it had to come from your experience. And I would never say, I can't tell another man to not have sex, to look on. But you know what I can say to this brother? I said, brother, be mindful on who you have sex with, why you're having sex, and where you're having sex. That's all I can say to that brother. Because my sexual appetite it's not the same as his. No way, shape, and form I can tell another person that their sexual appetite should be this low or this high. But because everybody have a different, ours differentiate. I know I have problems with that word. So what's different about me is mine. If you go from 1 to 10, it's a 8. But with my woman, is off the roof. With the woman I want to be with that I start off, it might only be a 4. Oh yes, I'll talk about it. Yes, I'll be about it. But it's some actions and some things, and I'll get into that I won't do, and some things that I enjoy doing. First, we have to understand where a lot of things that we do come from. Literally come from. If you don't know where it came from, why is it such a big deal to you that this is performed, this not performed? Why is that if he has to be this and that? Because that's part of who we are. If you please me naturally, spiritually, the overtaking of it, have some type of pleasure sexually. You did everything else. But the sexuality shouldn't be from, it's an all ongoing thing. Your spirituality, your physicality, it's ongoing thing. I don't have a big muscle. See, our arm's not that big, but I can work out and it'll change that. That's physical. That's ongoing. It'll change. It varies. It's differentiate. It differentiate a difference from when I was 26, when I was 6, 16, 26, 36. It differentiate. So we're going to do 7 because I'm going to be 37 this year. 7, 17, 27, and 37. My sexuality changed. I'm not talking about a preference. Don't get into that. I'm not getting into that. I'm talking about sexuality. Your pleasure principle. What are some of your pleasure principles? Now, principle is the place, the structure. So we align the principle as what steps do you need in order to take to get to that part. Well, for sexuality, I know that there's intimacy. And intimacy is not always penetration. It can be the touch, the way she look at me, the way she walk past me, the way she responds to me. If it's a built up sexual energy, it's sexier. She bat her eyes more. She touches me more. She's giving me a show that, okay, I am ready. She's not pushing me away. She's not fighting me. I differentiate from sexuality. I've been, all my relationships only been less than a year, and the closest one was to a year. I never had sex when I argued. We came together and said we're going to leave that alone. We had our difference. We agreed finally, because we disagreed. Remember I talked about that last 2 recordings ago. We didn't agree. Now we agreeing. This is what is a part of me. This is what a part of her. We agreed on what is part of her. We can't, each other, of her and me, we can't take that away from each other. That's the difference. That's what makes us who we are. That's intimacy. Getting close. And with being close, you bond. And when you bond, just like you need friction. So you need the molecules to merge together. Remember, how do you make water? 2 hydrogens, 2 oxygen. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Those molecules have to bond to make water. There's no way water can be made. I wouldn't be able to drink it if these molecules in this bottle didn't come together. There's no way we can have an intimacy and they're gonna come together. So with that, I want to explain relationship real quick. We have to form in a bond. We have to What do re mean? To do again. Relations, form together, ship, going forward. We have to redo a going forward and moving to a better we have to move to another place again. Going forward again, over and over. That's a relationship. It's not, when I meet a woman, we're not automatically in love. But when you come together, now, what are those things that from the first day, think about it. From the first day you seen her, what were some things that you started falling in love about? And this is why, now I'm going to put this in quotes. This is why, young brothers, if a sister, the sister you talking to, whether she's African descendant, whatever race, do not keep being persistent. Because tent has a meaning, mint. It's mint. Persist. Being a pest, coming forward over and over with, you can have a reason, but if it's meant to be, why do you have to keep going over and over? Aren't you establishing, don't you want an intimacy the first day you meet her? She's going to look at you, and within that togetherness, she receiving you. So if she's not receiving you, why are you still going after a woman that's saying, that's giving you a funny look? Because we keep saying this. I don't know what people you have been listening to. The people I know around that's been in love, they are in love, being in love. From the day one, it was something there. They may not seen it, but she ain't say I didn't like him. She said I didn't know him. You cannot like or admire, or you have nothing for someone if you don't know them. That is cool. That is much acceptable. I will agree with you on that all day. But if you met me and you looked me, if you're watching me on here, you might find the marriage because you actually taking the time out. But if you met me outside and I say, I'm talking to you because I'm about to get on this bus. I got to go to work. I got to be here. But I don't want to mess that up. And I don't want to mess this time up with you. I have done this. I don't know what to say right now, but can I get your number so I can call you? From that time, in that moment, that woman have yes and no. Now, if she didn't find me too attractive, my physicality, she says no. If she say no, but I don't really know, cool. I'm cool with that. But then, let's say if I seen her 6 months later. Like, she already told me no. And this is what I tell people. What changed in so much of a time? Your experiences change. My experience will change from that time when maybe she thought about it. She said, why not? But that don't mean she didn't like me or she didn't admire me, quote unquote, like. So this is why I don't keep being persistent and keep talking to a woman that said, I don't like you. Cool. I won't keep talking to you. Because the first thing you meet someone, it shouldn't be a negative response from nothing. She shouldn't have, this is going to help our race as a whole. You shouldn't have a negative response about me. You know nothing about me. I don't have nothing negative about you. They say, what is it about African descendant women you love? I told the one woman, she said it was weird. I said, I love the way she smelled. Yes, African descendant women, yes, they smell different. I'm sorry, I can't help that. It's something about the bloodline. You smell different. The bone structure, the way they move, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they comb their hair, the way they do certain things. I can't run away from that. I'm not trying to find another. If I did go out, I'm not trying to find the difference, but trying to bring them the same, because that's not togetherness. I'm trying to literally extract, cross out, track, pull. How you crossing out a track? I'm not a weave. I'm not a wig. I'm not going to put on honey blonde hair and then have my black hair showing, and then if I'm going to put it in, I should dye around that area. See, but that don't sound right. No, because you're not really trying to bond it. You're not trying to keep it together, and there's no intimacy because one is, see, and this is explaining why I hate the hair. Two different colors. I can't, it's kind of hard to bond two different colors. Don't matter how much I smash these colors together, I can set it on fire and smash it. It's not going to bond because they're both rubber. They can become same material, the same type of element to get there, but this one, they made this into hard plastic. They made this into rubber. Can't bring that together. So what are some other, now let's talk about pleasure principles. Now we talked about the principles. Now, some principles that now when we intimate, now that you know that lady care about you, you know that man care about you. You start building up this feeling. That's that sexual energy. Because that's what happens. The Creator made man and the Creator made woman to be together. You can't get around that. I don't care. I don't care what your preference is. You're not getting around that. Because a woman, for us as beings on this earth, the being that I am, it take a woman to birth a child. I don't know what. I'm not talking about any other parasite, like an ant, a spider, a turtle, or a frog. I'm talking about me. I know it take another woman. It take my seed for this woman into her uterus, into her womb, to her ovary, and it's going to travel. So if you can procreate, I know that's for a man and woman. I'm not talking about nothing else. This is not to diss anything or anybody else. I know I was born this way. I want to stay this way. I want to have a son. I don't want to regret something in the later or say that's my. You can control all things in your mind. That's why it's called power of oneness. It's up to you. You're gonna blame yourself. I got to 30. I couldn't blame my mother even at 25. But she had some understanding into my mentality. But I had to form my own from after I left the house. When I left the house, you start like, okay, I can see what she's saying. That didn't work for me. So no matter what a religion or anybody say to you, it's not working for you. You gotta, all right, I gotta find my way. That power, that's your power, that's your energy. You the only one that can control this life. So, if we created this. How? How did I create my sexual energy? Well, what are some things? Check out Patrice O'Neal, and it was like something about a man or a woman. Can't remember the title. I'm gonna put it in there. And we'll remember Patrice O'Neal video. What makes the man and woman different? And he said this. That's where I got that from the other day. He said that what does a man do to get a woman in the beginning to admire him, quote unquote, like? What does a woman do in the beginning? In reality, women, in all honesty and all truth, think about when that man first approached you to the time he took you out and everything else. What did you actually do? You don't live together. Because you all the time about, because women would say, because I want to really hear the truth from women. Because women always say that a man is all it is great and then down us when he don't do something particular she want. What do women actually do between that time? Because women that say too, y'all giveth and we multiply it. It become back much greater. It does, because out of respect it does, because a child was much greater than, I don't care how many billions of dollars in funky business or anything I have on this earth. I don't care what invention I made. I don't care what I did. My son and my daughter is going to be more important than anything I ever do in my life. Because that's another life. You can't take that away. You can't fake that. You got to do all the things for that child to be okay. And if you don't, you'll get the broken home. That mess up, the sexuality be messed up. When you was out there, and we created the state from where we was in. So in the sexuality part, we was going to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up real quick. I said, maybe I won't, maybe I will. And it came in. If you out there having sex with multiple people, why wouldn't your daughter come out gay? Why wouldn't your son come out gay? We just talked about this. There are demons. There are spawns. The two demons, spawned what's not as them. Because, you know why it's not as them? Because what you did was you forced it. My sexuality don't have to be forced, because it's intimacy, there's bonding, and there's togetherness. And we are establishing a relationship. We coming back into what we didn't have. Now we have it. Now, the pleasure principles that we also, which we find, now this is the part where I want us to really dive in, because this is the challenge. I wasn't going to talk about sex. I want us to see this from a light you never heard it from. You never heard it from this light. You always talking about sex and the good, but nobody who talks about sex. Who explains sex? You got religion, they don't explain it. You got the world, they don't explain it. They just show it. They just show you put your penis in the vagina and you pump and you stroke and it just feels good and that's it. There's nothing before it. There's nothing in between. There's nothing after. We know a baby happened, but I mean like after, like what is the emotion? What is the feeling? Was it riveting? Was it exciting? We don't talk about it. Then we expect the kids when they get older to be like, I had sex, I got a child. That feeling, I'm sorry. We all know this. That's one of the greatest feelings in the world, next to having to pee after you sat in a movie theater for that stupid 4-hour movie and you ain't want to get up. That's one. It's similar to that feeling. Or when you sat at work all day and then when you say bathroom, you waited to get home and you use the number 2. That's one of the best feelings. Or maybe when you cleaning out your ear. That feeling right there, like, oh, that's one of the best feelings. But nothing beats that feeling, that pleasure principle. So Mr. Patrice O'Neill said, men, we did all of these things. And he asked the women, how many men you met wanted to have sex with you? Every woman's like, 1,000. He's like, trillions, thousands, zillions. Because you know why? Because you're sexable. He said, that's good. He said, I don't mean it in the wrong way. He ain't never said it that way because he got a little rudeness about him. He said he talked fluent dude. He talked fluent dude. It's so funny. But it was real. Even though when he was asking, the women was like, Just like when I asked you about the question, Mr. Patrice O'Neill said it. I'm not going by that other stuff that other people utilize. I'm just going by the funniness and the truth in it. He said, what have you found out? He asked the women this, because they love asking the men in church. What if you with this woman and she can't no longer have sex? See, they want to ask the men this. They put it all on us, as he is the only one that's supposed to enjoy sex. Well, next to him, the pastor don't know, and he probably do, but I don't know why he don't bring it up. If you're gonna ask me that question, ask how many times we have sex a day, or a week, or in a month. Then ask me who initiates sex. See, nobody asks that question. See, the present principle is only that only men want sex. No, that's not true. Women, y'all definitely know that's not true. But he asked the man why. And then he said, what if she can't have sex anymore? The man said, I got to think about that. He do got to think about that. So you tell him, I'm 30, I'm 36. Remember, all my relationships are less than a year. I don't have a child. I never had a screw buddy, a cuddy, whatever you want to call them. Cuddy buddy, fuck buddy, whatever buddy, some friends with benefits, or I don't got some bestie friend knowing I'm having sex with that girl. That's why they call them besties. That's the one you having sex with. I didn't have that. I'm not sexual and I'm an in-between. But I'm very high when I'm with a woman I have sexual energy with. Not just, oh, okay. Oh, if a random, like not a random, a woman or something want to have sex, I'll weigh my option. Like, do I really want to have sex with her? I do that. Y'all can say that sounds funny to a lot of you men. That's in the case. I know, put it this way. I know in my life I didn't want to have sex with 300 women. I met over 300 women in my life. Could have had sex with over 300, but could have had sex with, I know I didn't. So the way my options when I'm like, do I want to have sex with her? What is the meaning after this sex? See, a lot of men don't care. A lot of women don't care. I do. That's my difference. See, my difference and yours, my differential from yours, to differentiate. My certainty is different. My assertion from your depiction of your sexual energy is going to be different. What you want to do. I'm not going to make you less or more than what you are. Now, get into all those other words of calling you names, that's on you. And whoever calling you, they know something I don't know. I'm not worried about that. But I wanted you to understand that my energy is different from yours. And so I didn't want to have sex with a whole bunch of women. That's my power. That's my self-discipline. So I've been with so many women. I've been in 6 relationships, and I can still count on my hands, my fingers, and my toes how many women I've been with. So that's just me, and that's how I want to keep it. That's how I want to keep it. It's up to you. If you feel as you was having real intimacy and bonding, that's on you. We don't know because it is a billion people. But I'll say this to you, young men and women: you don't have to have a multitude of sex partners to be with a person or to know somebody the one you should be with, even if you don't get married, because marriage starts in your heart. I want your children to know this, the young men and women that do watch. Love starts in your heart. Everything, this starts in your heart first. This don't start up here. This don't start down there. If it does, that means it's nothing. But I know in my head and in my little head and my big head, I don't want that many bodies on me. That's like death counts. I don't want many death counts. I know a difference between if a woman care about me and don't. How far is it going to go? You know that, but you picking to choose not to pay no attention. So, what are some other things? Oh yeah, so okay, let me get this. He said that, what about women? He asked the women, if you couldn't have sex, what are some things you can do with your husband? So another woman said she can use her mouth. Well, the woman said her hand. He said, okay. One woman said her butt. He said, okay. And he said, right there, women, is exactly why men think the way they think. He said, and he was filling up rooms. I mean, it was like an auditorium room. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 seats or whatever it may have been, 1,000, 2,000 seats. I don't know I wouldn't count it. You can see on the thing. You filling up the auditorium. You just filling it up. So you telling me at these places, all these women in there, they couldn't think about his favorite hobby, his activity. It's something about a man. He gonna love sports or technology or arts. There's 3 things about people on another, or something even out of that realm. You telling me that the women couldn't think, maybe I should learn more about this? Let me now. Well, we can't have sex. Well, I know football to him and playing. Maybe he get away in his man cave and he go play video game. Maybe a video game just not a basketball game. Maybe it's a role playing game. Maybe it can be 2 players, and just enjoy the time, because now the sex is not there. So that means he want to talk, but he don't want to talk. So when you get in these moments, now she understand just that time with him, that togetherness, that bond, that's intimate. Then maybe all right, maybe I can go. Maybe that man to start thinking, he'll start it's almost as we hate it, we'll be reprogrammed in a sense. It won't be systematic and automatic no more. Women say, stop thinking about sex, but you're naked. You're doing nothing to make me not think about sex with you. I'm with you, I'm showing intimacy, I'm bonding, but all we doing is doing things that think about sex. And then eventually, after so many days go by, okay, he probably is going to want some type of pleasure. He's not going to be dead. He's not his she can't have sex as a certain thing, but did something happen to him all of a sudden? Did his hormones disappear? So even her gonna have a problem with it, and so he got to deal with her problems and baggage and things she going through. That's not his body. He got to deal with it, but now he's gonna be having to deal with it. Then now what? What happened to him? Happy life, happy wife, happy life. What about happy house, happy spouses? Happy houses, happy spouses. Happy spouse, happy houses. Why can't we have that too? And another thing he was saying, so women, you are sexable. You're doing great. That's cool. That's nothing bad. But he also said that there are some things that we need to, let's talk about. When the man, this is the man doing all the work, and women don't understand this. And they say rejection is needed. I remember an island woman or a Caribbean woman said, Caribbean men different, this and that. But African Descendant American men, they cry, they want. Imagine a young dude. I'm one of those dudes. Use me. He being his best he can. Not saying I'm like not hard, I'm not strong or whatever. And he's like, okay, somebody gotta like me. Somebody gotta admire me for who I am. And always admire me for who I am. Because as soon as I mess up, but I'm going to mess up in a whole different way. I'm not going to mess up because I'm not going to cheat on her. I'm not going to use her. I'm going to mess up because I don't understand. I don't get that. Us, the men as me, we don't get that. I got plenty of brothers that don't get that. We don't get that mess up. We don't get to say something stupid to her and she to get mad, and it's over time. Because over time, she don't want that. Because it's something else that is not part of the part of her pleasure principle. It's like, that's a turn off. He ain't talking to other women. No other women want him. See how we breed it into that? That's why I use the word breed it. I don't use procreation most of the time no more. That was breeding. We breeded that into our children, into the women, into the young men. And so, we take them out on a date. We pay for the date. We pick her up. We pay for gas. Even let's say she drives. We pay for the gas. We make sure she get home safe. We call her. That's 5-0. That's 5-0, women. 5-0. I just did 5 things that a woman did nothing. And I'm not going to disrespect you by saying your time didn't matter and your company. But you said, why? And he said the perfect thing about being with a woman, he said when a woman's in love with you and you just like her, this is the man in love. This is a man in like. Oh, I enjoy that. You look nice. You look great. See, it was a different. Because you know why he said that? He said, so you're sexable, but you're likable. He said, you know, we did all of those things. See, now let's go back. He said you were sexable because of your beauty, your outside. But we did the physical. We did the outside. We did the interference and all the things. We did all of the transactions. That for her to say, okay, this is why rejection hurt us. And this is why when you say, I don't want to, when we did all these things, because remember, you have 0 things you have done for us yet. This is just, I got your phone number. I got it. I talked to you. I wrote that down. See, we say get rid of the I. No, sometimes it's the I. This is the I move. I move. You know why this is important? Why I'm giving this? This is very important, women. That man did all of that. You still at 0. So that's 2 more things. That's 7 things to your 0. I'm not keeping tally. I want you to walk with me real quick. Cause this is why he said, you know everything I did, I became likable. See, here we go. What did you do for me to like you? That's a challenge for you to think about that. You didn't do nothing yet. So if any women in here are saying, and now this is when you got to come to reality. A lot of 72 family members. I know at least half our women. The other, like, so let's say, I'm gonna say my age, 36 women. I know that's not 36. No, I know that's not it. But I'm just gonna use that for instance. This is my age. 36 women in here, but 16 of you gonna disagree with me. Why are you disagreeing with me? Tell me, what have you done from that first time that man seen you till you went out on the date? And after the date was over, and then when he called you for the second date or whatever it may be, whatever happens. Sex shouldn't be happening anyway, but some people do that. I don't know why, but okay. And I've done it, but I have actually talked to her on the phone for a amount of time. Actually seen her before we went on first date. I'm weird because I don't go on dates. I call them, we hanging out. And I let her know I'm not paying when we're hanging out. Even on the date, I'll let her know, hey, this is where we're going. You want it or not. I go where I can afford. I don't care if I made $300,000 that same day. I'm not going to spend $1,200 just to go out on dates. That don't even compute. Because what about the next day? What about the day after that? The day after that? I don't understand dates. People are like, oh, you should make money. This, and the man should. So he worked just as hard as you work hard. That don't make sense. And so it's going to be a part 2 to this. I didn't finish when I leave off. I didn't talk about this. It's a whole section I didn't talk about. There's a whole section. And there's a part that I want to bring up about African Descendant men that I know African Descendant women don't don't care for and they don't pay attention to, I'm gonna make a video about that as well. I want to make a video about that because what they're brainwashing they're doing. I call it bleaching. So, in that, women, so I end off with that for the part 1 of sexuality, the pleasure principle. And I want you to think about all the things that a man do before you even give him sex. What have you done? I'm not talking about you made him dinner, because remember, most people don't want to have first dates at the house. Some people want to go out and eat. So remember, he's paying, he's driving, or he's paid for the gas, or he's doing everything. He's making himself likable. He's showing you that I can do this. He's caring. He's showing you. He's opening the doors. He's doing a lot of things. You're doing nothing but just literally receiving. Why should that man like you already? Why should that man already love you? What are you doing that's making him love you already? Nothing. He's doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. But then when you cut him in the neck and cut his throat, you say I don't like you. Because then you gotta answer his question. And I want to ask you, women, if that part I want to ask, what was all that for? If you don't like that man, what was the point of calling him, talking to him? You knew already. People say no. After so much goes on, I can see, okay, I went on the date. About time you talk for a month, then you finally went on the date. Okay, that's cool. I don't care. I can be hurt. I can be hurt because I did catch some type of feeling, some emotions from you. Cool, I can take that. But after I started, man, she needed her tire changed. I raced over there to change her tire. She needed her lights. Like, she couldn't reach something. So I went to go get it. I performed the action for her. After so many times of doing that, when do that man say, hold on? And I've done this before. I was talking to a lady. She was inviting me to things. I was giving her money. I didn't have a lot at the time. I told her I just got this a great job. I was working downtown, make great money. It's a federal job. And I finally asked her, I said, what are we doing? And so her overall statement, God has a man for her. I said, well, I'm not him. I don't know what I'm here for because I don't do female friends, especially in the caliber of I'm hanging out at your house. I'm making sure I'm helping you with a lot of things while you're not even home. When you get home, they're done. I'm helping your mother, and all you don't see me as your husband. But when you tell me about you used to be beat on by a man just because he had a little bit of money and all these different things, I don't even get to the meat. I'm getting to the meat. And I want us to guide and challenge. So what I say unto us, what I say unto all is your path, is your journey, is your choice. Choose wisely. Sexuality, pleasure principles, part 1. We'll come with part 2, maybe tomorrow or today or a little later. Say la.